a combination of contemporary dance and art exhibitions. This immersive piece is presented by dancers from the Beijing 9 Contemporary Dance Theater at the 9th Bi-City Biennale of Urbanism and Architecture in southern China's Shenzhen city. Behind the scenes, Zhan Li, the executive director of the troupe, has worked closely with architects and artists for over 4 months.
Contemporary dance is the form that including in the contemporary art. When we combine different contemporary art forms together, it's actually something the choreographer really wants to do and really wants to attempt. My name is Zhan Li, and I am the dancer and choreographer from Beijing 9 Contemporary Dance Company.
Starting with traditional Chinese dance, Zhan stepped into the world of contemporary dance in college and soon became fascinated by the art. In 2013, she created her graduation work, I See You Through Covered Eyes, at the University of Utah. Zhan says she initially drew upon the fable Pan's Labyrinth for inspiration. But after returning to China, as she revisited the work for a show in Shanghai, she turned to an ancient Chinese text, Flowers in a Mirror. It's a classic novel that follows a man's journey through 30 mythical countries. Zhan says as a contemporary dance company, they always want to do something that connects with Chinese culture.
When I come back to China, I read the novel Flowers in Mirror, and inside of the novel there is a country called Deep Ice Country. It has the same exactly image. People in that country, they have their eyes in their palm. So I feel, wow, what a coincidence, like two different cultures but have the same image. We used a lot of the images from the book, and also in the book it asked why people have their eyes in their palm. And another one replied, because they want to see people more clearly. And I have this question, if you have the eyeball and you can see people from all around, did you really can see them? So this is my question. This is how I expand this piece.
Zhan alternates between roles of choreographer and dancer.
A lot of people think contemporary dance are very hard to understand because it is not narrative. So you don't see a story from the beginning towards the end. That is very easy to understand. So for now, what I did is after every performance, I would ask the manager of the theater, can I have a kind of Q&A section? So when people have questions, they can ask me, and I would love to share my ideas. I think that is education somehow, or a way to popularize the art form towards the audience.
Zhan says she was able to find her artistry in contemporary dance. She has created many works using her creativity and out-of-the-box ideas. Fume was the first choreographed piece since her return to China. Zhan says it's an examination of the complexity around the universal emotion of anger.
I think maybe this piece can see anger first as an object, like we pretend we don't know it. So what can we find? Do we really don't need it? Or it is something that's inside of us and also can give us kind of build some positive energy. So that is the way I want people to think. Maybe the negative things is not so negative, and we should see it in different perspectives.
Zhan has also been devoted to introducing international productions to China, hoping to deepen cultural exchanges through modern dance. At her invitation, Israeli choreographer Eyal Dadan and his troupe Soul Dance Company came to China in 2017. The two sides worked together and created the piece Duke, which is inspired by China's terracotta warriors. Zhan says this piece demonstrates the commonality between different cultures.
That is a piece about friendship and love and the common things in different country. So even though you have different culture background, you have some culture difference, but we are all human beings, right? We have a lot of in common. That is what the piece talk about.
Zhan adds that contemporary dance is not a mainstream art form in China, but they have built up a firm fan base during the past few years by taking workshops to many communities and schools.
When you take the class, you will have some basic knowledge about it and how we create things, and maybe from a dance game, maybe from some movement, some ideas. Then when they go to the theater, when they go to the contemporary or modern dance piece going to the theater, they would say, oh, I can understand it more. It is more easier for me to accept it. So I think that is something we will continue to do.
Zhan Li, CGTN.